What's up, folks? Rashid Williams here once again. I'm at Drumeo, and we are talking about gospel chops. Within gospel chops, there's something that a lot of drummers don't realize is part of gospel chops. All you guys are trying to figure out, well, how do I get my gospel chops up? How do I get my gospel chops up? It's really just chops, you know, and part of that is figuring out the conversation between different parts of the drums. The groove I was just playing is actually one that I use in one of my songs, Rock Out, and it's a huge conversation piece, and a lot of drummers ask, well, like, you know, how do you start to create that conversation between two parts of the drums? We're gonna talk about it right now. So let's go from the beginning starting point. Let's talk about the gospel chop aspect of this. You know, a lot of church drummers, and, you know, I got to be honest in saying I've heard it also in a lot of rock playing too and metal playing. But church drummers are the guys who, you know, I grew up in the church, so that's what I can relate to the most. We do this thing when we play like a bump or a shout music, right? And it's two different things that we've all done. One is in a bump or a shout, and the other one is just in a normal groove. And I'll show you both, and then we'll progress from there, and it'll kind of explain further the conversation between, you know, the right and the left hand, and it'll also explain how I came up with that part for that Rock Out track. So, the church bump, and it's the shout, and everybody's done it, and all you church drummers are gonna laugh when this happens, but it's the conversation between the ride and the snare in a church. So it's every drummer in church has used that, right? So let's put that as point A, exhibit A. Exhibit B is gonna be somewhat of the same vibe, but it's gonna be an offset bell on the ride when you're playing a groove. And it's great because the first person I ever heard do this was a guy named Eric Tribbett in Philly. And he's an incredible drummer. If you don't know who he is, go check him out. But, you know, it's a offset bell, and it's just him playing a normal groove, and it's kind of like this interesting conversation between the hi-hat and the ride gets created, okay? So I'll show you what that is. So we got exhibit A, that's the church bump conversation between the ride and the snare and the kick. And now we're gonna do what more of a groove R&B world would be the conversation between your left and right hand ride and hi-hat. Still with the snare and the kick going, okay? So